Hi, happy Tip Tuesday. My name's Josh Hilgenkamp. Today we're going to talk about long-term care. Okay, I know, not the most desirable topic to discuss, but I could argue maybe it's one of the more important planning pieces that we do with our clients. The important thing here is to just make sure you have a plan, all right, at the very base root of it. And by the way, you have a plan even if you don't. And it probably involves emergency, and that's what we want to try to avoid, right? There's usually three different categories that folks fall into. Um, the most ideal one would be option number one, which would be to self-insure, right? In order to self-insure, I would argue you probably need somewhere between $2 and $3 million of investments in liquid cash, along with some strong sources of income. You know, two good Social Security checks, maybe a pension, some rental income, something along those lines. The idea of protecting your assets is so that your asset and investment level can sustain and still afford the care you receive at whatever level of care you're getting. Self-insurers, of course, can do other things. They can gift, they can look at long-term care insurance, but it's now their choice. The second level is at the other end of that spectrum. So now maybe you've got $250,000 of investments in liquid assets or less, and you're living off of two Social Security checks between you and your spouse. Well, now you need your resources to meet your standard of living. But 250,000 is still a lot of money, or 100,000, or whatever it is. You know, you worked hard for that. So if we can protect it, we sure will. One of the most effective strategies for this is gifting, okay? And gifting can be done on the other levels as well, but gifting is the most effective in this category because there is a 5-year look back period, which makes it challenging, right? You have to kind of have your crystal ball on when to start gifting, but after 5 years, that gift is considered to be complete and it's come to fruition. Now, gifting also has its risk to those you gift it to. We talk about the 3Ds, death, divorce, disability, and I'll just throw in their financial hardship too. So whoever you're gifting it to, those are the risks that they now have. But if we've reached the point where we're gifting, we've determined that that's less of a risk than me needing care. The third option is, what if you fall in between those two options, right? You don't have $3 million of cash, but you've got more than 250,000. So now maybe you need to look at sharing that risk, okay? That's best done through long-term care insurance, where you share the risk with an insurance company, okay? I know, kind of icky to even talk about, but once again, very critical. If we can fit that premium into your standard of living, and it's not going to stop you from traveling and doing the things you want to do, well, now you've effectively protected your assets that you've worked hard for, and there's a plan for that when the time comes. Just make sure you've shared that plan with loved ones. It's a tough enough time when that comes. It's nice to have things laid out so that part is at least better. Hope you have a great Tuesday. Thanks for joining.